That's great. Well, let me ask you something. Do you ever thought about how your life would be different? Where would you be if you didn't have this terrible good problem that you had as a child?
Well, I think I'd probably end up working in a factory or something, but one thing about me, when I left school, I worked in a factory. I didn't have any, like I said, no qualifications, but I was prepared to work hard anyway. I'm a human being, and in life sometimes, we have to work hard, and even if we don't have any qualifications, as long as we're alive and we're working, then I would have accepted that. So I could have turned left, but I turned right, and I could have gone down into a hole, but I decided that I didn't want to do that because I knew I had to defend myself with my work.
And good choice, is that what it makes?
Yeah, my work is a defense. It defends me. It speaks about me. People see the work and they understand what went behind it, because they can see that you need to have a lot of patience and a lot of skill. Even that surgeons, have seen my work and they've been so amazed that they kept saying I could perform surgery under supervision. I've had a lot of people from all walks of life, scientists and people like that, and they see my work and then they can't explain it. They say, well, but how can you do this? People that do nanotechnology and machines and things. So I've taken it to an extremity. So it's made me realise what I've achieved, and but I'm still not satisfied with what I've made yet, because I have to go that little bit smaller. It's just it's just this journey to go smaller. I don't know whether I can go much smaller, but I can. I can take it to another level.
The sculpture you made at the tip of eyelashes, is that smaller than the ones that goes inside of a needle?
Yeah, but I've done stuff a little bit smaller than the bird on the eyelash.
Even smaller.
Yeah, I mean, I can actually do a sculpture that can go inside a human hair.
Wow.
Actually hollow out the hair and put it inside a hair. Yeah, I can do that, but I'd need a powerful microscope to actually show it. So if I was going to exhibit it, it wouldn't show properly because you need
a much bigger microscope.
Yeah, you need a
Is that the one you use when you do your work?
Yeah, something like that, or not quite as powerful. Probably about 100 times, something like that, to show something.
Because we need 400 times of this. I mean, our vision needs to be expanded 400 times more to see it.
To see it, right? It needs to be expanded to see it.
You have now having your art into watches, which you have one now with you, isn't that right?
Yeah, well, fortunately, there's a company in Switzerland that make the best watches ever made. I would say the best watches on planet Earth, without a doubt. They're called Grubel Foresight.
So the watches that has your artwork to it. You said it takes how long to make it?
It takes a year to make one watch. So it's one man, 1 year.
And it's very exclusive.
And it's a very, very exclusive watch. They are the best watchmakers of all time.
So because you have your art into the watch, so you don't sell yourself. The company does, based on
well, what it is, they heard
requirement.
about me 4 years ago on the internet, and read about me and decided to contact me 4 years ago. I decided to go down to London with my manager at the time, and they came up with the idea of this art piece one, of me creating a sculpture to fit inside one of their most exclusive watches, or the most exclusive watch that they've ever made.
Is that as small as the one we see in the...
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to explain to you exactly what it is. Now, the complication of this watch is beyond belief, because they had to develop a small microscope which had to be inserted inside the watch, right? A microscope. Now this microscope took a lot of research, you know, a lot of trial and error to actually get this thing to actually magnify, because when
they have to create their own microscope to put in the
the
watch.
They had to collaborate with some scientists to actually to do this, and they came up with this watch, and they called it Eyepiece 1. So this watch here, which I have here, you'll see, this is the most exclusive watch ever made. Now, if you hold the watch, then you see the microscope.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So each watch has a different sculpture to it. Depending what the person, when the person buys a watch, they determine what they do.
They'll commission a watch, and then determine to whatever they want in there. They'll talk to me, and I will make the sculpture to go inside the watch. They have this carousel inside, and what happens, every hour it'll turn around and a sculpture will appear. It's more or less a museum on your wrist. That's what it is. It's a gallery on your wrist. It's a different concept, you know, to anything that's ever been done. And you know, I'm so proud to be part of the whole, you know, project.
If somebody owned, I mean, today artwork is an investment. I know companies that buy as an investment sculpture and painting, and if somebody would like to have one of your sculpture beside the watch, can they actually get and order one? Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do. You know, people commission me to make things, and you know, and I make them. You know.
And what's the website they should visit?
Willard,
the Brazilians.
Willard, Wigan.
Yeah.
Willard-Wigan.com.
And you have plans to have an exhibition in Brazil, isn't that right?
Yeah, Brazil it's a fascinating country. You know, I've always wanted to go to Brazil. You know, some of my favorite sports stars are from Brazil. You know, people like Júnior dos Santos, Royce Gracie, Hickson, Anderson Silva, you know, because I'm into the MMA, mixed martial arts, and I would love to meet the Gracies. I would love to meet Anderson Silva. I would love to go to Rio and see the sea, and perhaps I'd like to put a little sculpture of one of the great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters in the eye of a needle, you know.
That would make make Brazilians proud of it.
Yeah, because you know, Brazil to me is a beautiful place, and it's growing. You know, the economy is booming, and
there's everyone talks about.
It's growing, and you know, I've seen documentaries on Brazil, and I would love to come to Brazil and do an exhibition and meet the people. It would be a pleasure for me. It'd be a dream for me.
Well, that's gonna make your dream come true.
That would be great. It's almost like meeting the Queen, you know, going to Brazil.
Wow, that's I would say something to be proud of to hear from you.
You know,
about the comparison. I mean,
I know that, but you know, to me, you know, I appreciate the little things in life. You know, I never underestimate anybody. You know, I come from this background where I didn't have nothing, but I knew that the word nothing does not exist, because there's always something.
There's always
always something.
As a British, are you into soccer?
No. Apparently, when the World Cup comes, I will watch it.
Sounds like me.
Because you know, that's the only.
Don't tell anybody, but probably the only Brazilian that doesn't go too crazy about soccer.
I mean, when the World Cup comes, yes, I'm going to watch it. You know, but I'm a MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know, and boxing, you know, that type of thing. Martial arts. I love watching martial arts because of the discipline. You know, it's not only the two guys get in the cage and then they fight. They have a lot of mutual respect for one another, you know, and it's like they go to war, but they shake hands afterwards.
That's right.
You know, and nobody gets hurt too bad. You know, and this is great.
Thank you, Mr. Willard Wigan. So you're the greatest artist of all time, even though you're
Microscopic.
So, um grande abraço, CRC, e espero que você tenha gostado e apreciado o trabalho do Mr. Wigan. Te vejo na próxima. Um beijo, tchau. Oh, look at that. Bye bye, Brazil.
Bye bye, Brazil. See you soon.
Beautiful.